Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to your favorite show, the Cricket Happening Show, this on a Sunday. And on this Cricket Happening Show, this on a Sunday, it's about New Zealand actually clean sweeping Bangladesh in the T20 series yesterday at Bay Oval, Mount Managuini, where Corey Anderson set a record as far as New Zealand hitting of sixes were concerned in T20 cricket. As I said, it's as concerning New Zealand because Brendan McCullum, the former basher and opening basher, Brendan McCullum was the one who had set a record, as you know, against Australia in Christchurch, where he hit, I think it was 9 sixes or 8 sixes in all. And yesterday, that record was broken by Corey Anderson, who smoted the Bangladeshi bowlers all over the park to score a scintillating 94 unbeaten runs of just 41 deliveries with 2 fours and 10 sixes to set a new record as far as sixes by New Zealand batsmen were concerned. And Corey Anderson was simply breathtaking. He was using raw power to send the Bangladeshi bowlers scurrying for safety. So such was the power of the strokes. The other day it was Colin Munro, but very sadly, Anderson could not get to his century. So that was the sad part, but it raised New Zealand stocks so high that they finished at 194 for 4, and which eventually turned out to be a winning total as New Zealand went on to clean sweep the Bangladesh in this T20 series 3-0. They won by 27 runs, though one can say that Bangladesh definitely put up a good fist ahead, in the sense they put a fist of a fight against New Zealand by actually totting up 167 for 6. Well, so just talking about this game, and also we'll have a look at some cricket news that's making the headlines. As far as this particular match was concerned, it was once again played at the same ground at the Bay Oval in Mount Managuini, the third and final T20 match. And the toss was won by Bangladesh, and Bangladesh decided to insert the Kiwis on to bat first. Well, and it was the right decision on the part of Bangladesh, as New Zealand, Williamson and Neesham started off. In fact, New Zealand decided that James Neesham will be opening the innings. We had Tom Blundell, the wicketkeeper batsman, actually making his T20 debut. So they had a new opener today. They promoted James Neesham in the batting order, and he was the one who opened the innings with Kane Williamson. Kane Williamson and Neesham, well, they were definitely doing their job for 4 overs as the score had reached 34, with Mashrafe Murtaza not looking good, but and Taskin also not looking pretty sharp. But Rubel Hassan was the man who started it all, as not only did he provide the breakthrough, went on to pick up 3 wickets, as first he picked up the wicket of Neesham by getting him LBW for 15 of 12 deliveries with 3 fours, and then the last T20 centurion Colin Munro was consumed quite quickly, as he was sent back to the pavilion for a blob by Rubel Hassan, as he was caught by Soumya Sarkar, and that was a big wicket for Bangladesh. After that, the Tom Bruce came in. Tom Bruce, who also played a role in the first T20 win, also was out, and this time the person who did this was the right arm off spinner Mossadegh Hossain, who, with his very first delivery that he bowled in this T20 match, he picked up the wicket of Tom Bruce for 5 to really send this New Zealand innings into a real spin here, with the score reading 41 for 3 in the 7th over. Kane Williamson was there in the middle. Kane Williamson was definitely not able to force the pace at all as Corey Anderson joined him. So once Corey Anderson joined him, then started the real carnage, as Corey Anderson took his time to settle, but there was a phase of play where with 3 wickets gone, they had a double spin attack operating in the form of Wiley, Shakib Al Hasan and Mossadegh Hossain, and both were doing a pretty good job, as they had really kept runs to a minimum, and New Zealand were absolutely throttled at that stage. But after that, probably I will say after 11 overs or so, the New Zealand batsman really took over. And Kane Williamson decided that since he was not able to get runs in the normal fashion, he decided to shuffle onto the offside and started sending the balls onto the onside. And one of the sixes that he hit was the very longest six. In fact, he went and smited the bowler Taskin Ahmed, who was actually bowling his that first delivery in his second spell. He smited him onto the roof of the Mount Maunawini Stadium, as Kane Williamson ended with a 103-meter hit, which was quite big by Williamson standards. And Williamson normally, as we know, is normally a sort of a very defensive player in the sense he can hold the innings. But Kane Williamson really came into his own yesterday. He decided that the only way to get runs now was to really go have a go at the Bangladeshi bowlers to relieve the pressure. And while that was going on at the other end, and Kane Williamson said he was shuffling down the offside and sending the balls onto the onside, either for boundaries or sixes. And suddenly Corey Anderson was also getting into his groove, and we saw that Corey Anderson started off some mighty sixes. I mean, the swing of the bat was so good that no bowler could have been really spared as he targeted the bowling of I think it was Taskin Ahmed whom he targeted. No, Mushraf Murtaza was sent for 3 consecutive sixes by the batsman Corey Anderson, as Mushraf Murtaza under pressure started bowling full tosses, and Corey Anderson was taking heavy toll of those deliveries as he was sending them for sixes. And in 1 over, Murtaza had leaked 21 runs, and suddenly there was a real momentum in this New Zealand innings, and the score had raised down to 165. What a partnership. They joined hands in the 7th over, Williamson and Bruce, and they had taken the score from the 4th over onto the death overs. In the 19th over, the 4th wicket fell. So it was basically a 124-run partnership, which really came at some electrifying pace thanks to Corey Anderson smiting the Bangladeshi bowlers all across the park. It was pure power hitting there, and Corey Anderson, as I said, went on to that record by biffing 10 sixes. But before that, we saw Kane Williamson depart. Rubel Hussain came in, and Kane Williamson once again doing the same thing to Rubel Hussain as well. In the very first delivery that Rubel Hussain was bowling in his second spell, actually moved over the offside, and Rubel Hussain targeted the stumps as he hit the base of the middle stump of Kane Williamson, and Williamson was walking. But after making an attractive 60 of just 57 deliveries, 6 fours and 1 6. After that, it was Corey Anderson all the way, as he finished on an unbeaten 94 of just 41 deliveries, 2 fours and 10 mighty sixes. Colin Granholm was not out on 4, and New Zealand finished the 20 overs at a very, very sprightly 194 for 4. It was pretty good going as far as New Zealand were concerned. Let's have a look at the bowling as to what damage was caused by Corey Anderson. Mushraf Murtaza, who unfortunately I would say for Bangladesh, not good news. He actually has injured his thumb, and he could not bowl his over as he finished with figures of 3.2 overs, no maiden, none for 42. And the news here is that he is out for 4 weeks as he has fractured his thumb, and that's not really good news, especially considering that the test matches are just coming up. Taskin Ahmed, 4 overs, none for 37. Rubel Hussain, I thought, was the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs, 3 for 31. Shakib Al Hasan did his job pretty well. I thought Shakib Al Hasan even bowled well in the death overs as well with his experience. 4 overs, no maiden, none for 22. Musadik did a decent job, 3.4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 27. And Soumya Sarkar bowled 1 over. Oh, it was, I'm sorry, in fact, Corey Anderson did not hit 3 sixes of Mushraf Murtaza. In fact, he hit a hat-trick of sixes of the bowling of Soumya Sarkar, who was carted for 21 runs of his very first over, and we never saw Soumya Sarkar bowl later than that. So it was a target of 194. It was a huge task for Bangladesh to chase 194 almost at a clip of 10 runs per over, 9.7 to be precise. And one was really waiting to watch what Bangladesh is going to do. Well, they decided, as Umrul Kais was injured, they decided that it will be Soumya Sarkar, who had just hit some form in the previous T20, who would be opening the innings with Tamim Iqbal, and it was a master move according to me. as Soumya Sarkar deciding to really play strokes as he was slashing his way about. As he slashed, Mitchell Santner was the one who actually opened the bowling. A very shrewd move by the New Zealand skipper Kane Williamson, but that really came to nothing as Soumya Sarkar really rattled the New Zealand bowlers with some slashing shots through the offside and some lofted strokes as well, as the score was going at a real gallop, I would say, as Tamim Iqbal also joining him in the fun, as he was also stroking it sweetly and beautifully, and Tamim Iqbal and Soumya Sarkar had taken full toll of the power play overs, as in 4.4 overs they had raised 44 on the board, and it was looking very rosy for Bangladesh. I mean, they were doing a good job. They were much above the run rate. They were going at a clip of 11 runs per over. But after that, the first wicket fell as Tamim Iqbal attempting to actually hook a bouncer from Trent Boult, which was smartly bowled, ended up in the hands of D. Granholm. And he was the first wicket to go, gone for 24 of 15 deliveries, 3 fours and 1 6, which made it 44 for 1. And then Soumya Sarkar was still there as Sabir Rahman joined him. And Sabir Rahman also did hit 2 boundaries. But then Kane Williamson decided to bring the leggy East Sodhi into the mix. And East Sodhi was the one who really stopped this the run flow, one could say. As not only did he, and there was a phase when there was Neesham bowling at one end, and also East Sodhi and also Granholm who bowled 1 over, and suddenly we saw the Bangladeshi run rate slowly started plummeting, and that was the time it increased the frustration for the Bangladeshi players, and Soumya Sarkar in particular went for a big shot of the bowling of Sodhi, but in the process he actually skied the ball, and it was a very good catch taken by East Sodhi of his own bowling, as he anticipated well, looking on the back over his shoulder and really taking a very good catch of his own bowling, as Soumya Sarkar, after playing an entertaining 42 of just 28 deliveries where he hit 6 boundaries, departed. So that made it 82 for 2, and after that it was a bit of a tough going for Bangladesh, as Williamson joined in by clean bowling Sabir Rahman for 18 of 16 deliveries with 2 fours. But then Shakib Al Hasan, the experienced bloke, walked in, and he was doing his job, and that was, he knew that if at all Bangladesh had to win this match, Shakib Al Hasan knew that he is the one who had to be there till the end to pilot them to victory. But Mahmudullah, after hitting 3 fours in a knock of 18 of 12 or 14 balls, departed. What a delivery from East Sodhi, a pearl of a delivery, one could say. The ball was pitched on the off stump, and Mahmudullah was totally beaten, as he thought he would be playing. He played down the wrong line as the ball went on to shave off the leg stump bale, and that was a pretty, I would say, a pearl of a delivery which comes in from East Sodhi, and Mahmudullah was gone for 18. Mossadegh Hussain out for 12 with 2 of 7 deliveries, 2 fours out to the bowling of Santner, but then the task got a bit more onerous, I would say, as the wickets started falling at 150 for 5 and Mossadegh departed, and then when Shakib Al Hasan fell, it was all over. In the final over, it was too much to get for the Bangladeshis, as Shakib Al Hasan was a victim. Caught Anderson bowled for 41 of 34 with 4 fours, which finally left the Bangladeshis mustering 167 for 6. Nurul Hasan was not out on 7 of 5 balls with 1 4, and Ribul Hasan not out on 1. And this match was won by New Zealand by 27 runs, thus doing a clean sweep of the T20 series 3-0. As far as the bowling was concerned, Santner went for plenty, 4 overs, 1 for 37. Ben Wheeler, the left-arm seamer, 4 overs was really carted for 29. Trent Boult, 4 overs, was costly, 48 runs leaked off his 4 overs, but he picked up 2 wickets, big wickets at that. Neesham, 1 over, went for 17. East Sodhi was the best of the bowlers, 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 22, and what a delivery that he bowled to Mahmudullah to actually shave up his leg stump, pitching on the off stump and taking his leg stump. That was a dream delivery bowled by the leg spinner. Granholm, 1 over, none for 4, and Kane Williamson 2 overs no made and 1 for 9. And Corey Anderson, for that smashing innings of 94 not out, took away the man of the match. So as I said, it's all over. Now the focus will be on to the Test series, which would be beginning probably shortly. And as you know, Mashrafe Mortaza is out for 4 weeks. So basically, he's out for a month, and I reckon he would be missing the Test series. Well, so now let's get on to some cricket news here. As far as cricket news is concerned, the news coming in from Australia with the one-day series coming up, it's Josh Hazlewood. Australia have decided that they're going to rest Josh Hazlewood for the Gabba ODI. So it basically says that Billy Stanlake, the tall bouncer, the tall bowler with some extra bounce, the rookie, could well make his debut at the Gabba. And as far as other cricket news is concerned, I'm just going to talk about Mahendra Singh Dhoni here for some time. As you know, Mahendra Singh Dhoni now has ceded his captaincy to Indian captain Virat Kohli, who's the captain in all the formats of the game. And I have a sort of something to say about Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Now, Mahendra Singh Dhoni is going to be playing with absolutely no responsibility, because the responsibility is gone out of his shoulders. So, and as Virat Kohli very well said, that he would like Dhoni to bat high up the order. And also, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, what I really feel, this is my pure opinion on this cricket show. I mean, this is my sort of, even if Mahendra Singh Dhoni can actually watch this cricket broadcast of mine by any chance, I would implore Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and even I would say this is a message even Indian captain Virat Kohli can look into it, because I feel now Dhoni, since does not have any responsibilities, and basically he's one who is going to be playing in both formats of the game, T20 and ODI. I would say it's time for Mahendra Singh Dhoni to open the innings for India. Why not? I mean, this is the responsibility is gone now. He's a free bird now, so we have youngsters, we have some talented all-rounders who are there, who can come in Dhoni's place and really have a whack. We do have some good all-rounders like Hardik Pandya, and now Rishabh Pant has been selected. So we have a lot of wherewithal as far as the Indian team is concerned. So I think I precisely feel that it's time for Mahendra Singh Dhoni now to open the innings, because he can take, one is he would be playing with absolutely no responsibility. In the sense, he definitely is responsible, but he does not have any captaincy burden anymore. So I think he would be a freewheeling guy, and the good thing would be that when the field is up in the one-day internationals and also in the T20, when the power play overs are going on, I think India needs some real firepower, like either Virendra Sehwag in the previous, or Krishnamacharya Srikanth in the past, who really can tear the leather of the ball. And I think Mahendra Singh Dhoni, it's time for Mahendra Singh Dhoni to step up and say that he can take the gauntlet, and he should be the one who should be opening the innings, probably. I mean, depending on who on the other side is. I mean, they can have someone who can really block well, probably Shikhar Dhawan, but I would say my money will be on Mahendra Singh Dhoni now, since he has been absolved of, I mean, he's really not having much responsibility. I would suggest that Mahendra Singh Dhoni opens the innings and really has a very very nice time before he ends his career, by really entertaining the public to no end in the T20s and also in the one-day internationals. I would love Mahendra Singh Dhoni to open the innings for India in the T20s and also in the one-day internationals. And if at all the Indian skipper Virat Kohli or Mahendra Singh Dhoni by chance happens to watch this show, please make a note and do ponder about it, whether this was a valid suggestion from me. Thanks for your company, and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. This is your host Ram, signing off for the day. Thank you.